This conference will now be recorded.
So yesterday in our previous session, we were discussing about SonarQube, right? So hope by now you understood what is SonarQube. So as per the course, once we complete SonarQube, we will go to uh, artifact repository tool called JFrog. So as I informed, we have a repository called remote repository. We have central repository, we have remote repository, we have local repository, right? And I shown you where Maven stores the local repository. It stores the it creates a file by default .m2. Whenever you create a Maven tool, immediately it will create a hidden folder with name .m2. In the m2 it will create one more folder called repository. In the repository it will store the local files. So similarly, if it is Windows, the location will be something like this. And central repository, I told you, for example, Microsoft is there. Microsoft also they maintain their own softwares. So whenever you compile whenever the developers compile their applications, dotted applications, then the applications first check whether the dependency files, they look for the dependency files, we call them as libraries. So libraries means internally already, for example, if they are developing Java application, then Java provides already pre-written programs so that developers can use them. Similarly, Microsoft company also have their own pre-written programs in the form of, they say them as libraries. Libraries are nothing but programs that can be used by the developers. So these pre-written programs are libraries written by Java or Microsoft or Python or any language you take. They are stored in their websites. Their whatever companies they are, Microsoft, Java, maybe whatever companies may be, they store those data, common data, in some at some location, so that from that location the programs in the program, when the developer write the program, they will mention that what the program is depending on. For example, by the way, meanwhile, uh, Revanti join, let us create a server Maven tool, and then I come back to the topic which I am discussing just now. So let us create two servers now. Let us create two servers. Okay, one Maven server which we did already yesterday in the previous session. Another is for SonarQube. For SonarQube also we have to install today, so that we'll see how we will deploy our application to SonarQube, so that SonarQube can show the results on the dashboard. That I will show in a moment. For Maven, for installing Maven and for building the application, we used to install Maven, and you know that we did this Maven installation on our Jenkins. But assume if there is no Jenkins, then how they used to do before. That is what we did last time. Again, I'm repeating. So while creating, observe carefully in which region you are doing. So I will say Maven server, and then let me get Amazon Linux for Maven, and next is TT Micro is enough, or let me go with Ubuntu. So one we create on Ubuntu, one we create on Amazon Linux. So TT Micro and the same thing, no changes, launch instance. So what I am doing here is I am going to pull code from the GitHub and I want to build it. And meanwhile, I also have to create one server for SonarQube. So Maven T2 micro is enough, but for SonarQube, you have to go with T2 medium. T2 medium is not free. So while you practice them. So they may charge you some 15-20 rupees, nothing more than that. So before you start practicing, you please go through the recording properly, and then you create a T2 medium and practice it, so that you won't spend thinking while the server is running. So whatever you do, you understand the recording properly, and then you create a T2 medium, and then you practice it. How to create a SonarQube. Okay. So before I create T2 medium, I will first of all launch my Maven server, so that I will pull my code from the GitHub. Interrupt me in between wherever if you have doubts. Don't wait. Rajesh, how are you? Last session you have not attended. Are you going through the recording, please? Any questions if you going through the recording?
Yeah, yeah, I'm going. Yeah,
Nice, nice. Please practice and let me know if you have any issues.
yeah, yeah, okay, okay.
Right. So Ubuntu here sudo -i. This is Maven server. So let me name it as Maven server name. So Maven server is ready now. So what we require here? We require Git and Maven software. Why? Because I want to download my latest code. I have latest code uploaded in my GitHub repository. Sample code, something like some project Java web app. So open it. It contains some files here, some source files. So some in the source we have some testing. So not much many testings, but small testing up. So here we have the source. If you see observe, we have main and we have test as well, right? We have testing folder as well. So it's not a complicated application, very simple application. But more importantly, what we need to observe is that how the POM file looks like. POM.xml, this we have to see. This is a POM file. In this file, the developers develop the dependencies. So they build the application, they write the source code, right, in the source folder. In Java, they create a folder named with src. In that, in the main folder, they write the source code, right? They will write a source code. So these are the different files they create. So something like something they will write REST APIs kind of. So, and as a DevOps engineer, we don't need to worry about this Java software, but all we are interested in understanding the POM file. So when these developers write their code, so they're doing some import, they're writing some code, import some Spring framework, something they are writing. That means the importing means they want this application is depending on these libraries. These libraries existing in the where they are existing in the central repository. It's existing in the central repository. So where those details will be mentioned in the pom.xml file. So those details are mentioned in the pom.xml file. So in the dependencies section, this one dependency, this another dependency, like that there are multiple dependencies. There will be multiple dependencies. So when this is executed, then our Maven tool will do what? It will understand that, okay, this application depending on these dependencies, then it will pull every dependency. It will pull every dependency from the central repository that we observed last time, right? Right. So what I will do now, I have just now created a server. From here, I want to pull this. How to pull this? First of all, Git should be there here. So let's see whether Git is installed or not. Git -hyphen version. Git is already there in Ubuntu. By default, Git will be there. But in Amazon Linux, we have to install it. Okay, you have to install it. And then next, what we want, we have to install Maven, right? So how to install it? Maven apt install maven. Give the full name apt install maven -y. It's saying what? Okay, what we have to do initially in ubuntu, we have to update. So update -y. Now try to run the previous command maven. Now it is installing. Maven depends on Java, so Java will be installed along with maven. So if you see Java version, it has installed OpenJDK 11, and now maven we have to check. So maven should not check like this. Maven this way it will not work. Maven, while installing we have to use full name, but while checking we have to use mvn command version. So maven has been installed. So where it is installed, maven home is at user, inside that share folder, inside maven is installed. Now maven is also ready now. Next what I have to do, ls I don't have any files here. Now next what I will do, I have to clone, git to clone the latest code which is in my central repository. You know how to clone it, right? So go here and before git clone, what we have to do, we have to introduce ourselves, right? So git config hyphen global user dot email. So while pushing, you will get issue. That's the reason I'm adding it in before. So I'm pushing it, I'm configuring it, and then I want to give my name as well. Name. It is done now. Next what I have to do, git clone and right click and paste. This is, oh, this is not the one. HTTPS, copy the HTTPS link, not the SSH. Right. So it has been pulled now. ls, you see the project has been pulled. cd capital P tab ls. So if we have the files here now, right? If you open the POM file, vi POM, you see this is a POM file, right? And this file having all the these are the dependencies need to be built now, right? Escape, quit ls. So just come out of it, the project folder ls. If you see ls-a, as I told you in the beginning, where is m2 folder here? Okay, it will build now. So next what I will do, go to the project folder ls, clear the screen ls. Now POM file is there. Wherever POM file is there, there we have to build. So as of now src is there, and I have to build it now, clean, and I will say package. Now it's downloading from the central repository. The same thing we did in a previous session as well. No change, only the project is changed. Otherwise we did this already in our previous session. Today we will install SonarQube, but after that we will see how to automate the same thing using Jenkins. As of now, ls see target folder is created, right? So if you want to test only the test cases, then simply you can say test, maven test. Then test is a goal, so only testing will be done. Now this time it is not downloading, you see. It's not downloading because it has received, it has got the packages already available in the local repository. So in the local repository, dependency packages are already there. It's downloaded in the first time. So testing is done now, build success. So let me see the folder ls-a, just come out of the main folder, project folder, and you see here we have .m2 folder is created. This is the local repository, cd.m2, ls repository. Now these are the files just now they are downloaded. Maybe timestamp, this is not our timestamp anyway. So just now they are downloaded, right? Now anyway, clear the screen, go to our project now. Now this project is there, it is fine. Next, SonarQube. We come to SonarQube now. To deploy our application, so we have to, I told you that Sonar Scanner will be installed here, and Sonar Scanner will scan our application, and then it will send the results to the SonarQube dashboard. First of all, before that we don't have SonarQube dashboard, right? So once you create the SonarQube, once you install the SonarQube, then we have to come back to Maven server again. Why? Because here Sonar Scanner will run here. It will read our file. So in the source file we have the code, right? Java code is there. It will read it, and it will check. It will do the code. It will do all the code review as per the rules, all automatically given by the SonarQube. Where we can see those on the dashboard, we can see the rules. We will see them in a moment. But try to understand. Once SonarQube we install, we will come back to this Maven server again, and what we have to do is we have to go to POM file again. Here in the POM file, in the properties section, what we have to do is we have to add few more tags here. In this tag saying it's version 1.8, Java version 1.8. Here few more tags I have to add like this. One tag is for how to connect to our SonarQube. That means when we install SonarQube, like how we access, once we install Jenkins, how you access the dashboard of Jenkins on the web page, you will paste the public IP address colon 8080 you type, right? Similarly, SonarQube also having its own dashboard which will be running on the web browser. There also we have to give the IP address of the SonarQube colon SonarQube by default runs on port number 9000. Jenkins runs by default on 8080, right? So these port numbers we can change if you required, but otherwise these are the default port numbers. So once you installed SonarQube, and the SonarQube IP address and the port number you have to mention in the properties section. After that, that is a dashboard, right? SonarQube is a dashboard. To In the dashboard we have to log in with credentials. The default credentials when you log in to first time when you install SonarQube, it will be admin is the password username, and admin is the password. So first time those are the password and username, but we have to change it. It will prompt us to change the password. Those details again in the property section we have to give. That is the URL, the username, and the password. Those three details we have to give in the property section. After giving that property in the year, then we have to run a special command called maven sonar colon sonar. This is the command we have to give. When you run this command, then Sonar plugin will automatically scan our code. It will scan our code, and it will prepare the report, and it will send to our SonarQube dashboard. So how it able to send it? Because those details we added in the pom.xml file, right? These things again I will repeat in a moment, but meanwhile before I do run this command, what I have to do, I have to prepare my SonarQube folder. For that, let me ping this so that I will not lose the session. I'm minimizing it. We'll come back to this. And any problem here? Right. Next, what we do, we have to install SonarQube. First step, you know how to install Sonar Maven. Install Maven, right? You know that. What you have to do? Mapped install Maven -y, right? Then you can test the version, right? How you test the version? Maven version. This is a right. For this, you have to use Maven micro. Don't use medium. Okay, micro t2 micro is enough. Even if Jenkins also, while you practicing, if Jenkins is not responding while building your jobs, then what you do, you can take t2 small, you can take t2 small and you practice it. So if you go here, when you instances, if at all you while practicing Jenkins, if it is not responding, Jenkins is not responding, then it mostly responds. Sometimes if still it's not responding, then what you can do, what I'm doing here, launch instance, then select here. We have two options. One is t2 small and t2 medium. T2 small having 1 core CPU, 2 GB RAM. You can use this for Jenkins if required, not mandatory. And t2 medium we use for now SonarQube. T2 medium contains 4 GB RAM and 2 core CPU. T2 small also works out, but no, sometimes SonarQube will not respond sometimes. So that is the reason I'm taking TT medium. Okay, take T2 small also, it's works out. Please try first with the T2 small. If it is working fine for you, then you go with T2 small. Otherwise, you can go with T2 medium. Okay, I'm going with T2 medium now. Then here I will say SonarQube server. SonarQube server. Amazon Linux I'm taking. T2 medium. Keep here. And visit in which region I'm doing? In Mumbai region. Be careful, okay? Mumbai region. Now Maven server is running. Now SonarQube server also. It's a T2 medium. It's T2 micro and it is T2 medium. Remember, after practicing, you should delete it. Otherwise, it is T2 medium. Please be careful. Running. You do practice only when you have 2 hours time. At the time only you start doing all these things. Don't take breaks while practicing because our servers will be are running on the cloud. Now SonarQube, go to connect, copy this link. It can be T2 micro, T2 medium, T2 large, no worries. Everything steps are same, right? So here, let me become sudo user, then host name, SonarQube server, execute bash, clear the screen. Okay, now here we are. So what are the steps we have to do now? What are the steps we have to do here? T2 medium, you select T2 medium, and then after that we have to install Java, right? Java version 17. We have to install Java version 17, right? Version 17 we have to install. So on the SonarQube website, we have the details which version you have to install. So for the latest software, we have to install SonarQube. For installing SonarQube, we have to use what? Java version 17. Let us see that. So here, try for free. So here not this one. Just type SonarQube download. Let's see the download section. Here we have community edition, developer edition, enterprise edition, data center edition. So we require community edition. We require community edition, right? And before that, go to the documentation. Here is the documentation. Right click on it, open new tab, right? So requirements. Here are the requirements on the left side. Click on it. Prerequisites and overview. Click on it. So here it's saying 2 GB RAM is required. 2 GB RAM is required. So that is the reason I told you that T2 small also fine, but T2 medium have 4 GB RAM, right? But T2 small sometimes not responding. And here, if you go down, we require server Oracle Java version 17. 17 we have to install. If you are installing Postgres SQL, then the version 15 has to be installed. If you are installing Microsoft Server, then these are the versions they mentioned over here. Oracle, right? And browser, it can be anything. So for that reason, what I'm doing here is I have to install Java version 17. Then we have to install SonarQube software, right? For that, copy SonarQube community version, copy URL to install SonarQube community version. Okay, so how to copy this? The downloads version, community edition is there. Just come down. We have to always use in real time. We always use a long-term support version. Long-term support version. So they will give support for these versions only. So even sometimes they will release weekly, monthly releases they do, but they also release long-term support, or in short we say LTS. Normally in real time we always use LTS versions only. So in the version here, if you see here in the drop down, we have various versions, out of which we have to use community edition. Select community edition, and on the download link, right click and click on copy link address. You know how to copy this link, okay? Right, we are not doing it on Windows. If it is in Windows, then you can directly click on download button, but we are not doing on Windows. So then what I have to do, fourth step, right, wget is a command to download, right? What we have to download, the link you paste here. You see the paste, I have pasted it. And the zip file, you know how to deal with the zip file. I have to unzip it, right? Unzip the zip file, right? And next step, so these steps where we can do, these steps where I have to do is, after installing Java version, copy URL and to install, right? For that, what we have to do is, like Jenkins, it having its own home library is var and lib folder. Similarly, for SonarQube, it's having its own home library called OPT. Okay. So you go to OPT folder. Go to OPT folder. OPT folder. How? CD/OPT, right? And then in that you have to do this job, installing the SonarQube file. Let me do that. ls expert. So what we are trying to do now, we are trying to do install the dashboard, SonarQube dashboard. Why? Because our SonarQube plugin, which will send the report to SonarQube server. So SonarQube server will show you the output. Now here, clear the screen. As I told you, first of all we have to install Java, right? We install Java. So which version we have to install? Java 17. Java 17. So if you don't know the complete name, you can simply say star here. Just say simply star yum install java version -17 and star. If you know the name, then you can say, then give the complete name 17-a. I press tab now. I press tab now. When I press tab, what happened? So our Amazon Linux by default it have packages. By default it will have packages. Pre it will available it's not pre-installed, but pre-available packages will be there. But they are not installed. They are ready for you to use. If you want to use them, you can simply write command something do like this, or simply if you don't know, then just say star here and press enter. Has to be run with super user. Okay, I forgot to give the clear screen. So now yum install java 17 star hyphen y, sorry, only y. Now it's installing now. Installation is not a big task, so all are simple only the connections what we are doing, where they are linking this connectivity, you should understand. Now it is done now, right? Now if you see java version 17 is installed, so we have to install only java 17 version. If you install any other version, it will not work, right? If SonarQube will not work. Next, go to our opt, and before going to opt, one more step we have to do. Anyway, I'll first do this and then I'll explain it, otherwise you will confuse. So go to opt ls. So here we have a AWS folder already existing, some folder. Now in this, what I have to do, I have to download. So for that, wget, right? Wget, and what is this zip file name? Copy this, enter. Now ls, we have zip file now, and you know how to unzip it. Unzip. So now s and tab ls. Now I have installed it. Okay, now the zip file is not required. The zip file is not required. So what I will do, remove. I want how to remove. Rm is a command. S, type s and tab dot tab. Now zip file, this is a file I have to remove. Enter. Oh, what I did, type y here, ls. Now we have SonarQube folder, but the folder name is having 9.9.4 dot something is there. I want to make it a short name. I want to give a short name. How can I give that? Simply you say move command. Move command, yeah, correct, is correct. Sonar, and then you say sonar again, you say, and I want, so two times I'm saying, and I'm removing the extra nines here. Just I want to I like to give this name. See, whatever way you want to give, no problem. Naming you can give, like even you can give like this also, no problem. But 9, if you say 9, then you can see that okay, it's a version 9. So we have 6, 7, 8 versions also there previously. Now it is 9 version. Just I'm moving the renaming the folder, that's all. Okay, enter. Now ls again, you see now it's clean. Now clear the screen. Ls, we have SonarQube folder. Let's get into SonarQube folder. Let's see what it having. Ls, so it having con folders, extensions folder, logs folder, web folder, bin, many are there, right? Elasticsearch folder, lib folder, temp folder, so many are there. So if SonarQube have any issues, then the issues will be logged into our logs folder. If you go to logs folder, it will log the details. As of now, no log is created here. If there is an error, then it will mention, it will automatically create a new file here with error information. And suppose if you want to change or the port number, or if you're deploying the database, postgres database or Microsoft database, then you have to configure the username and password details, right? So those things, like we did in Tomcat server, Then Tomcat server also we have conf folder. Here also we have conf folder. Okay, the structure most of the time will be namings will be same. Let's get into conf folder and see what it having. ls it having sonar.properties folder. So if you open it, it is a file, right? We have to use vi editor, right? Open it. So by default it will show the details. If it is database, then the database sonar jdbc. So username and password you can give here, right? If it's Oracle JDBC, so this will developers will inform us. We don't need to worry about it. They will inform us accordingly. We will do it. If we are linking with PostgreSQL, then you can use Postgres setting. And if you're using Microsoft SQL Server, you can use this Microsoft SQL Server. So the information will be provided by the development team. We don't need to worry. And next comes our port number. Here is the port number. So it is saying by default, if it's saying TCP port for incoming HTTP connections, default value is 9000. If you want to change, for example, you want to change to 9000 to some 8990 or something, then you have to remove this hash here. Here you have to remove the hash, and sonar.web.port equal to, in place of 9000, you can give a different number. If you don't give, by default it will be 9000. If you change it, then remove this hash here and give the new port value here. So these changes you have to do in the sonar.properties file. Okay, so I will get out of it. How to do that? Shift colon, type q here, enter. So I have to come out of conf folder, ct dot dot ls. Now these are the folders. Now if you go to bin folder, you know, in the bin folder we have the uh, all the executive files. Here you see we have Linux, Macintosh, Windows, and WinSW license is different one. So if you are installed on Windows Server, then you have to go to Windows folder, right? Here it will have the bat folder. See, start sonar.bat. So in Windows they use .bat, right? But here in Linux we use sh. So I'm not in Windows, right? I'm not installed this Windows. I have installed it on Linux machine. So ls, clear screen, ls. Now go to Linux, ls. So sonar is the file. Sonar.sh is a file. So if you see sonar.sh, who is the user and group? What is the group name? User is root and group name is root. So rule is that when you run SonarCube, we have to run. You should not run as a root user. You should run as a different user, So we have a tool called Elasticsearch. We have a tool called Elasticsearch. Elasticsearch will not work as a root user. So Elasticsearch is what? It is a tool. It's a we can say it as a analytics engine. It's a analytics engine which will actually search the whatever it will do the analytics on the data, whatever data we are pushing in the as a report form. So in that it will check the do the analytics, and basing on that it will give you the details on the SonarCube server. So this Elasticsearch, to work properly, then the owner of the Elasticsearch should not be a root user. It should be a different user. Not instead of root user, it should be a different user, right? So if you see here ls hyphen l, then every folder having owner as root and group name also root. So this has to be changed. This has to be changed before you start your SonarCube server. Before you start your SonarCube server. So when you start, only then we can access the SonarCube on the web browser. So to start it, before that to start it, what I have to do is I have to create a new user. I have to create a new user, and that new username could be anything, no problem. Okay, but to understand it easily, what we have to do, to add a new user. You know how to add a new user add, and then username. You can give sonar, or you can give sonar admin also, or sonar something else, no problem. So you give the sonar year name, and then what we have to do is this user should have permissions, should have proper permissions. For that we have to add this user in our file called vsudo file. Vsudo file. In this file we have the permissions, what permissions you want to give to this new user. Those that information you can add in the vsudo. With this we did in our Linux sessions. These things we did in our Linux sessions. After adding that, what we have to do is we have to change the owner, right? As of now owner is root user. Now I have to change the owner, right? So for that, the command we use, change owner. Change owner. So hyphen r, recursively I want to change owner of recursively. That means all the folders, and folders contains subfolders, and subfolders may contain another folder, or it may contains files, whatever it may be. For all of them I am changing the owner. So for that reason I have to give hyphen r. Recursively it will change. Okay. So username, as of now it is so root user. Now I want to change it to new user called sonar. So give the same name. This is a user owner name. And what is the group name? Group name also you have to give sonar. I told you when we learning Linux, when you want to give at a time both, when you want to change both username and group name, you can give colon symbol in between. First one applies to owner, and second one applies to our group name. And then you have to give the to which folder you want to apply. So for which folder you want to change the ownership, where is that folder available? That folder available in our opt folder. Here it is. In that we have SonarQube folder, right? So if you already here, if you are out come out of this SonarQube folder, you can directly say change owner hyphen r, right? Hyphen r, and then sonar. First of all, I have not created a user, right? Let me create the user now. Create the screen. User, add sonar. Now user is ready now. And for them I have to add him to the, I have to give him the proper commands, proper permissions. Come down. We have already a root user here. Somewhere, if you scroll down, here is a root user. Just copy it. It's not a VA editor. It's different editor. Copy this and then press enter. One moment, please. Delete, go up and delete, and press and button and enter button, and right click and paste. It's not copied. Okay, no problem. Again copy it. Right. So click on home button and change this root to sonar. Right here, this sonar user should not be asked with password. He should not be asked for password. For that, what I have to do, I should say
No
no
problem.
password. Right, no password and colon, and remove the extra spaces here. Okay, no password. That's all we have to do. And here press exit, control X. Okay, control X. When you press control X, it will ask save modifier buffer. Then you say shift Y. Okay, it means it will confirm. Shift Y. Now it is confirmed, and now just press enter button. Now it is saved. If you want to check that, just type it again, cat vcdo. It's okay, no permission because of that. Okay. Okay, one more time open this. Just come down. Just check whether our changes are applied or not. It is applied. Okay, it is done now.
I think we need to change one more file, I guess, madam. Password authentication is.
It's not required, Naveen. Sometimes it won't prompt. Anyway, if that requires, we will add it. You are right. If required, we will do that as well. If required, definitely we will do that as well. But as of now, this is enough. Suffice. These things will suffice. So now you go to this file and add these details. Okay, add this. I'm putting in double quotation. You please you don't put in double quotation, just putting it in double quotation. Now ownership I have to change. So ownership in opt folder, what is the folder name now? Now everything is fine. Clear the screen. Ownership I have to change. So cd opt ls SonarQube 9, right? So SonarQube 9, SonarQube -9. So you can run this command like this because I'm already inside the opt. If you're already inside the opt, what you can do, you know, right? If you are already inside the group, no need to explain, but I will try to explain you again. If you are already in the opt folder, then this is enough. If you are not in the opt folder, then you have to give this. If you're not there, you have to give this. Both are fine. Both are fine. Anyway, let me before I change the what do you call permissions, ownerships. Let me show you again SonarQube ls hyphen l. Now owner is root. Now when I apply, what will happen? We'll see. So here I will apply this change owner. Paste it. Enter. Now the same command again. Let us try again. Okay, let's get into our Sonar folder. Now let me try the command again. You see the owner has been changed now. Sonar is the owner and group name is Sonar. Now it is fine. Now it will work properly. Another thing is that all these files, I have to give read write execute permissions. That also I have to give. So ninth step, what you have to do is change modification. You have to, when you want to do this, we have to use command change mod, chmod. Recursively I want to do. What I want to do recursively? Read write and read write. First one is read write execute and read write. So now here the path, same path, the same thing we have to give. So I am already in the SonarQube. Just come out of it, clear the screen, paste, and what is the path? SonarQube. To this folder I want to apply. Enter. It is done now. It is done now. Next, what I have to do? I have to start the. Now I have to start my SonarQube. So before you start a SonarQube, if you directly start it, what will happen? We'll see. cd SonarQube, for example, ls. Now you know how to start. Go to bin folder. ls. Go to Linux folder. Here is our right present working directory. Copy. Just select it. That's all. No need to copy. Next is go to this path and then run this command. What is that? sh. A shell script has to be run like this, right? sh. Then what is the command we have? Sonar, right? Sonar.sh. Then start. This you have to do. If you do this, we should get error because we are running. Okay, we are running as a root user. Let's try ls. So sh sonar start. No, it is started. It's saying started. Let me check the status again. How to check the status? TUS. Now when you check the status, it has immediately stopped. SonarQube is not running. So it started saying started, but it has stopped immediately. It has started but stopped again. So just see the logs what it having. ls cd dot dot go to logs ls. Here is the logs folder cd logs ls. You see now we have es.log, nohop.log, sonar.log. Before that we do not have these logs. Let's see one file called es.log. So some error is mentioning here. So java.lang runtime cannot run Elasticsearch as a root. It's saying, it's clearly saying as a root I cannot run. So this issue has to be fixed. So for that only we have created a new user Sonar. So for that reason what we have to do? We have to switch to our new user. How to switch? su hyphen
User.
Sonar, right? Now we are as a we are in Sonar user now. Okay, so what we have to do is you copy this, and after that, before you going and running here, you have to say here, okay, switch to Sonar user. Only then you can do this. Okay, that you have to do. Now go to our opt folder. Inside that we have Sonar folder, ls. Now go to bin folder, ls, Linux, ls. Now sh Sonar, start. Fail to start SonarQube, no problem. Permissions denied. Why it's wait. Okay, one moment. Just come out of it. Cd temp. One moment, please. Mhm. Let me remove this when these are created. Steam. Let me try one more time. Mhm. Let me check the status. Okay. Why permissions are denied? We given, let's check. We have given permissions, but yeah, still they have, for these files, if you observe carefully, the username is still owner name is still root is there. Uh, how come? Okay, these are the new files. That is the reason. These are the new files generated, but with the name as a root. So that is the reason it is having problem. So what we can do is very simple. So when error is created, when I try to show you without switching to Sonar user, when I try to show you to run the command as a root user, what happened is some errors log files are created and their names are created as owner name and group name is created as root. So this is causing the problem. So this is causing the problem. So what we can do is, let us run this command again. Let us run this command again, so that it will not, it will try, it is trying to update the status actually. When we trying to run the, what you when you try to start our server, Sonar server, it is trying to update that. At the time, the ownership is different. For that reason, it has failing. So let us run this command again. Paste. What is saying? Mm, not performed, not permitted. Okay. Okay. Why it is not permitted? Because as a Sonar user, I am doing it. Okay. Type here exit. Now you are a root user now. Okay. Now you are a root user. Now try it. Now one thing is done, and another thing will try. This also will try. Right. Then we'll switch to Sonar again. Right. We are a Sonar user now. Then go to our opt folder. In that we have Sonar folder. In that we have logs folder as well. Get inside it. ls-la, sorry, l. Now you see, now these are all now became as a root users, Sonar users now. Okay. So these are all having required permissions. You see, previously it was not there. Previously they do not have read write access permissions, right? Because they are root users. So that is a problem. Let's try now again. ls, go to bin folder. ls, we have to go Linux. Now hopefully this time it should work. Start. Now check the status as well. You see it's not stopped, right? It is running. Even the status also showing it is running. So what happened? Hopefully I think you understood what has happened. So I tried to show you, I tried without before switching this command, I have executed this command. When I have executed this command, at the time I was not a Sonar user, I was a root user. So when I have executed this, then it has failed to run. So that information is uploaded inside the logs folder. In the logs folder, few files are created with the details why it has been stopped. And the files are, 3 files are created. This 3 files ownership is root user and with less permissions. So for that reason, next time I switch it to Sonar user and I tried to run the same command. So this time it was successful actually, but thing is the logs file always it updates with the latest information, whether if the server is running or not, whatever it may be, it will update the log folder in the logs file. But logs files are ownership is root user. So Sonar user trying to update that file, the file owner is root, but we are trying to update it as a Sonar user. Because of that reason, confusion arised. So in that scenario, what we did, we again executed these commands. We switch it to root user and then we executed this, and we switch it to Sonar user, and then we started our server. So now if you go to our website, so go to our instance. SonarQube is our instance. Select it and copy this. And one more thing, right, 9000 is should be allowed in the security group. Go to our security group of our Sonar server, edit inbound rules, add new rule. Here, enter 9000. Whatever port you given, you enter it. So by default, it is 9000. Save rules. Now go to our new browser. Type here 90,000. Here by default, see this is a port. Now I am logging admin. Both username and password are admin. Login, and then you try also sh sonar.sh status you check. Okay, I'm sorry, status you have to check, and then add 9000, port 9000 in security group, then public IP of Sonar server, right, and then colon and 9000, right, port number. Then you have to give what? It will ask you credentials. So default credentials are username is admin, password is admin. Then 16th step, it will prompt to change it. So here it is prompting, so I will say admin, and password I will give a new password. Now this is a website, and you see here the projects, no projects are there, no issues are there. Here are the rules. So these are the rules actually. For Java, we have 628 rules, C# 405 rules, JavaScript 312 rules. So for every language, for Scala, so these are the languages. Show more. So these are the Kubernetes also, Docker also it supports. So in Docker we write YAML file, Kubernetes also we write YAML file, right? So YAML files, it will check whether it has followed proper syntaxes or not. So there are various rules actually. So for Kubernetes, it having only 7 rules. These are the rules, right? XML 36 rules. For Go language, these are the rules. For Java, right? We will explore more about this tomorrow. But meanwhile, we will run. If you so anybody in a hurry? I need another 6 to 7 minutes. Already some are dropped, it seems. Rajesh, you there? Who are Naveen? Revanti left. Revanti left. Okay, then we will. Okay, one last command. Otherwise, okay, no problem. Let us run here. Now, Control C, ls. Now, I told you have to go to POM file, right? POM file, pom.xml. Go to pom.xml, open it, and I have to scan this code and then I have to upload into my dashboard. For this reason, I told you I have to add some properties here. The first one is, what is that? Our SonarQube, what do you call that? Path itself, the URL path itself, you have to give. Sonar dot host dot URL. And what is the URL? Go here, just on this, I will hide him. Go here. This is our website, right? This is a public IP, right? And up to 9000 slash, up to slash, you copy it, right? You copy it and right click here and paste it. I'm telling that HTTP colon, this is my SonarQube URL. How to close it? Slash. sonar dot host dot url, close it. Then sonar dot login. What is the username? What is the login username? It is admin. And what is the password? Sonar dot password. So password also I have entered. These three details we have to enter: sonar host url, sonar login, sonar password. But in real time, we will not give admin and top secret. Sorry, admin and password. We will give token. Token. We will create a token actually. So we will see how to create token as well. So this is the three things we have to add. Suppose you have not added these three things. I copied it. Right here, you can write your password. Right. Update pom.xml file with below details. Right, but thing is I have to give the complete thing better, otherwise you will confuse under where you have to write it. Right, these things you have to give. That is done. Next, suppose I quit it. Escape. I am not saving it. I am quitting it. I am not saving it all. What it's saying? Okay, quit. Give exclamation mark. If you give exclamation mark, I am forcefully getting out of it. Okay. If I say pom file, if I sorry, I, okay. So you see, those are not stored here. If they are not stored, then come out of it. Now what I am doing now, I have to start my sonar plugin. So how can I do it? Simply you say maven sonar sonar. Maven will take care the plugin, sonar plugin. Now you run, when you run it, then Maven will scan our project and it downloading the required plugin for SonarQube, and it will do required things. Whatever it requires, it will download it. And then it's saying that build failure. SonarQube server cannot be reached. Of course, right? It cannot reach because we have not given required information. For that reason, we have to change it. Remember that. So whenever you face such issue, that is a problem. Now I will add these three lines here. Insert, go to insert mode, go to that line, and enter, right click, paste, escape, colon, WQ, enter. Now it is saved now. Now again run the command. What is that? Maven sonar dot colon sonar. Once it is successfully done, then since it's a Java application, then what happens is it will follow all the rules mentioned for this Java. There are 628 rules. So every rule it will verify. See, these are all rules belongs to Java. So as per this, we don't know what these are, but developers know this. They will provide us. These are the default rules available in the SonarQube already. If they give extra, we can give. Tomorrow we'll see how to add our own rules, own quality gates, water quality gates. Tomorrow we'll understand. But as of now, just I want to see how to upload our report. See, our report is uploaded already. If you go to our SonarQube, it says that build is successful, and if you scroll up, it is saying that quality profile. Quality profile. What is quality profile? It's nothing but the rules profile. This is a profile actually. This is a quality profile. So for Java, this is a profile name. SonarWay is a profile name. So that is what is displaying. SonarWay is the profile name. But tomorrow we'll see how to add our own profile. We can add our own profile and we can select the other one will see one. It is saying one profile. When you add new profile, second profile will come. When you add second profile, in the second profile we can add our own rules. As of now here 479 rules are there, but if you want if you don't want to use them, then you can use your own profile. So profile means nothing but set of rules contained in a profile. So here it is using Sonar profile. When you change, tomorrow we'll see, when you change your profile, then the profile name will come, our new custom profile name will come over here. So basing on that profile, it has scanned the code and it has generated the report, and finally it has uploaded the report to the Sonar, to our dashboard. So in the dashboard we see the project name, the same project which we are running. This is the project 9 Java web app, right? The same name coming here. So any bugs? So as of now it's showing nothing, it's showing past. So go to issues, click on the issues. It is showing some issues. Remove this unused brand private field, remove this unused stock present private field, okay, remove this unused manufacturer date private field. So it's saying that there are some variables declared in the Java code but they are not used, so it's suggesting to remove them. So developers understand what the meaning of these things, they will take care. Then what we have to do is we have to copy this, we have to copy this, we can copy this and we can give to the developers. This is the report we will give to the developers and we'll give them, and they will, once they get it, then what they will do, they will paste over here and they'll check, they will check and they'll see, they will understand, okay, these are the issues, this way they will fix. So this issue may belongs to one developer, this may belongs to another developer, so the respective developers will take care, that we don't need to worry. Major are 5 on the left side. When I click major, there are 5 issues, major issues. Critical are 1, so one critical issue. Okay, so it's a quick understanding how to upload the report from one machine to another machine. We used Maven server, this one machine. From here we have deployed SonarQube in another machine, and the output of running this application is, we can view the application on our browser, we are viewing it, and the data is coming from another server, from the first server. So Sonar scanner sending that information to our SonarQube dashboard. That means two parts are here, SonarQube, Sonar scanner. Sonar scanner scans our code, Java code or whatever code it may be. It scans and follows the rules. It will pull the rule from the SonarQube server. It will pull the profile name. So here we are seeing, so where we saw that SonarQube. Just a minute, please. So here it's saying quality profile for Java, Sonar way it is saying. So tomorrow we'll see, I will change this name, but try to understand, before quality profile it is built, it will pull the rules, pull the profile from our website, our SonarQube server. This is a SonarQube server. From here, it will pull the profile for Java. For Java, if you go to quality profiles, for Java, the profile name is this one. Sonar way is the profile name. This Java profile contains 479 rules. When the Sonar scanner pulls it, and once it pulls it, it follows, it will scan our Java code using that 479 rules. It will follow the 479 rules and it will prepare the report. That means Sonar scanner will communicate with our SonarQube. It will pull the rules, and those rules it will apply on the Java application, and the result report will send it back to our SonarQube web server, and the web server displays properly in a systematic way so that developers can view it. Any questions till now, please? Anyway, I will be installing this again tomorrow. I will ready with installation. Then tomorrow will directly go to our dashboard. I will not install tomorrow. I will install it before class is started, and then we will understand what is quality profile, what is quality gets, okay, and how to create a token, and how can we use a token instead of, so token. Okay, it's already 10:54. I will end this session. Tomorrow we'll see. So token is very simple. On the right side, on the logo, go to my account and go to our security tab, and here you can create your own token. We will see tomorrow how to use this token. It's a very simple, very easy. So if you use the token, then what happens is you no need to use your admin and password, right? You no need to use your admin and password, right? So to avoid it, we have to use token. And tomorrow we also see how can we avoid this manual intervention. Whatever we did is all everything is manual, right? Installing SonarQube, everything we are doing manually, right? No, actually when you use Jenkins, we won't do this. When we're using Jenkins, we want to change the POM file, we won't install SonarQube, these things we won't do. SonarQube will be there, server we will install, but the integration with the POM file we won't do. This server we will do, server we will create, web server we will create. But in the Jenkins, when you start using Jenkins, we will not change POM file. Everything Jenkins will take care. And whatever details we are providing here, the URL and these things, we will provide in our Jenkins itself, instead of adding them in the POM file. Okay, I am stopping here and I will wait for your response. If you have any questions, let me know. Any questions? No problem.
Mother, sir, my question is like if we work in real time, so every time we have to go through the manual process, or we are having Jenkins and no need to process this what we have done today
See,
like manually.
initially in the beginning of the class, I've started installing Maven and I pulled the code from GitHub. These things we won't do in real time. Just for
Okay.
showing you from scratch, I'm showing you. So whatever command we ran here, that is the command. What is that command? I have not mentioned here. So that command we will execute through our pipeline script. Still the command is required. Okay,
No, I
to
was
run.
talking about like the process.
Yeah, whatever we did, we will do on the Jenkins. We won't do it manually. Sonar. This is the command we will write. As of now, I shown here on our server,
But we
but
run
the
this in
same
Jenkins.
this we run in our Jenkins tool. We'll see how to execute this in our
Okay.
uh, pipeline
So
script.
in real time we do in Jenkins, not like this today what you have shown us, right?
Perfect. You are right. You are
Okay,
right.
okay.
But you practice both. You
Yeah, yeah,
practice both.
obviously,
Okay.
that is good. Mother, will you please
Yeah.
share the clone file also, URL,
Right. Correct.
repository.
So so uh, so
This
it's very easy.
repository.
If you have the first one, no, if you have my first one, see, this is the
Uh-huh.
when you just go here, okay, then you have all whatever upload everything, you will it will be available. You go here, and then
Okay.
after going here, what you can do, we have the repositories. All if all repositories are not shown, click on the repositories over here, and then you click on this project on this
Project line, yeah.
repository. Yeah, here code is there. Click here and go to HTTPS and copy. This is
Yeah.
your clone, right? Very easy, right?
Okay. Yeah. That's it,
Right,
Mother, from my.
right then. Any other questions, please, from others? I'm after using our servers, as I told you, stop them immediately. So some charges will definitely apply. Where is this? Where is it not showing? It's not showing. You see. First of all, you terminate this Maven. Where is the other one? Amazing. Okay, close this bar. Then it will increase the size. You see, it's not showing. Sometimes it's a weird UI. UI of Amazon is not comfortable. They should concentrate on UI. Uh, okay, where is my server? Okay, I will take care shutting it down. No problem. But anyway, you people practice this, and we will meet tomorrow at same time. Thank you for your time. Take care.